Getsemenina Christo Yerashase Viatse Bonini Naye Adeswa Nichiso Arire Hushe Nakumaso Naokase Sebetumia makuei nchane o punisue ni monyambe simane o preniwase kosiase Chichieni oyamu osinebu dinikratuho seyadasa benyakwa.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is, yes, a good day, a Sunday. It is very bright. I'm looking out there, and indeed, it is a sunny day, a day that the Lord has made that we should all be glad and rejoice in it. You don't like this day, which other day would you prefer? A day that most of us are resting at home. From some of us that were in church yesterday, today is the day that we will do everything. And some of us are also in the church, even at the moment that the program is ongoing. But we give glory to God for yet another day. Today's episode of From the Beginning, life experience, an experience that will help shape your life, someone's life. Someone is stuck up there and doesn't know what to do. wants to pursue something, but what can I start? Or even where do I start from? Today's program will help us, will give us a life pathway, a career, a pathway as an accountant and a lecturer. It is very, very good experience for us. We've got two professions out of it. He is very experienced man, a husband and a dad. How? With two, three children? I'm not very sure that one. I will leave it for him to verify that. But upon all, his family is also centered. He's not leaving them behind. And at the same time, his accountancy job is live and activated as well as a lecturer. This afternoon, we have our own uncle, an elder. Aside that, he is an elder as well. So he is a multitask person. So if you need any experience from someone, he is the person that I am recommending for you this afternoon. And it's no other person than, I wouldn't say elder, but I would say Mr. Emmanuel Ntim. Asarpani, you're welcome once again to Richmond Media. Welcome to Richmond Media this afternoon, our elder, Mr. Emmanuel Ntim. Mr. Emmanuel Ntim, could you please hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you so much. Welcome to Richmond Media this afternoon.
Thank you.
To our listeners and viewers, this is our guest this afternoon. So please don't forget to share. Don't be selfish because we have a lot to learn from this afternoon program. So share the program, ask your family and friends to join us this afternoon as we listen to what Mr. Emmanuel Ntim has for us this afternoon. Mr. Emmanuel Ntim, without wasting much time, here I've already mentioned the name, but you are the best person to tell us who you are. Could you please tell us about the person of Mr. Emmanuel Ntim? Or if I could address you as elder, whichever way that you
Anything goes. You can call me Kwajo because I was born on Monday.
Oh,
So
thank
Emmanuel
you.
Kwajo Ntim.
You see, I
Yes,
missed one name.
yes, yeah, I have a middle name. So my name is Emmanuel Kwajo Ntim. I was born in Ghana, in Techiman to be specific, and I attended secondary school in Techiman Secondary School, and then that is O level, and then I went to Sunyani Secondary School to do my A level. Now you won't believe it that when I did my O level, I did science, and then I went to do arts as at A level. So I deviated completely from physics, chemistry, biology, and then I did economics, government, and I think geography. That is at A level in Sunyani Secondary School, and then from then I went to University of Ghana in 1997 to do a Bachelor of Science in Administration, and I graduated with the honors degree in Accounting and Finance. That was in 1999. So in the year 2000, when I was doing my national service at Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority, I applied to come and do a professional qualification in accounting and finance, which is ACCA. And so in May 2000, I came to the UK, London specific, and then graduated in 2003. So it took me about 2.5 years to almost 3 years to finish my accountancy qualification. as a chartered accountant in 2003. Then afterwards, I went to the South Bank University to do master's degree in accounting and finance and graduated in 2006. And since then, I've been working as a teacher and as accountant. It hasn't been easy. We'll talk about that later on. Up until now, that I'm teaching in one of the universities in the UK and also working as an accountant.
Thank you so much, Elder. That's what I said. Today, if you miss this afternoon programs, you've missed a lot because we have two professions at the same time, in addition to his family life, plus an elder in a church. Elder, thank you so much for giving us your life journey. If I may be specific, Techiman Secondary, Techiman was born in Techiman, and then you started your junior education in Techiman. You even had I think secondary school in the Sunyani. You did A level in Sunyani and then University of Ghana. Then you work in the Ghana Ports of Harbour Authority, then to the UK. Yeah, that is a great. Sometimes the reason why I'm emphasizing on this that some of us that were born in the smaller towns, I won't say it's a village because where I was born is not a village. We've got sub towns before you even get to the actual villages. Sometimes some people think that nothing comes out of you, but it doesn't matter where you were born. If really you want to be something, God has given us the choice. Pursue it, keep pushing, and you will be among the best. It doesn't matter where you are coming from. Elder,
I
thank
mean,
you so much.
to add to that, I mean, just as you're mentioning, um, people who have lived in villages before. Yes, I was born in Techiman, but have also lived in a typical village in a forest area in Ghana, in the western region, because my dad was a cocoa farmer.
Mhm.
So at a point in time, we had to move to western region, where, of course, there won't be any water or electricity, and we had to survive in the jungle. So we've gone through a lot to date. Yes.
Thank you, Elder. So it doesn't matter. With or without electricity, if you want to be somebody, you will be that person that you want to be because God has already given us the choice. But we can all not be coming from the city. Even the city did not start as a city, it started as a town, as a village before it developed. But however, you as a person can develop your own self. God has given you the choice. Thank you, Elder. So, how easy do you think life has been? Though you've been in the village, you just mentioned that one. But how do you think life has been? Has it been easy, smooth? Because looking at what you gave me, it doesn't mean that it does not show me that you were stuck at any point in time at all. You just from this gone to this, that. How easy or difficult was it? Thank you.
Um, it's not that easy. It's been a difficult journey. Um, some people take it smooth through. Some take a longer time. I remember when we started our professional course in accountancy, which is ACCA. It took some of my friends just 2 years to finish, but it took us, some of us, 3 years to finish. And then it took some of them about 6, 7 years to finish. And I can tell you it took some of them 10 years to finish. So it hasn't been very easy. I mean, there's no way you can sail through without failing. I have to say for this, that the first time I failed an exam was in London when I was doing my ACCA, qualification, and we went to write an exam. I wrote 3 papers, and when I came, I had passed 1 out of 3, and it's like, I've never failed in any exam before, whether in secondary school or in the universities. So the first time I failed, I was so disappointed. But then I knew you have options. You have the the whole world at your disposal, and you have to persevere. So you write and you fail some, and you write and you fail some, and then eventually you finish it. So it hasn't been very easy. When it comes to looking for a job after school, that is a whole new ball game. Um, Starting from Ghana, when from secondary school you go to sixth form, then the university, then your national service. So there isn't much of you know um, employment experience that you gain, because we don't think about employment, we think about education first. So finishing your education in the UK and seeking for employment is something that is very difficult, especially as a foreigner, and more especially as Black person. I have to say, for sure, um, I have been refused jobs on so many occasions, not because I was not qualified or incapable of doing it, but it's because of my background. So it hasn't been easy.
I know, because this is the job that people call it white man's job. I don't know why people give it that name, that there is a white man's job and a black man's job. Meanwhile, we are all human beings. They have eyes, we've got eyes. It's just the color difference, but that doesn't make you more important than me. But that is the world that we have inherited. But if Elder Ntim or Mr. Ntim has been able to pass through, to sail through up to this time, you can also do it. But as we go along, he will give us how he was able, though there were some obstacles, but he was able to overcome all up to this time. And now he is a lecturer and an accountant, a chartered accountant and a lecturer. How has life been? You've already told me that life hasn't been easy in the UK, that you have even been refused a job. But are you able to achieve your set target? Because everyone has something set up before them that they want to reach. Have you been able to reach that point, please?
I wouldn't say I've reached there yet. I'm still working hard to reach where I want to be, but it's not going to be easy. Um, the qualification is one thing, the experience is one thing, luck is one thing, and being given the opportunity is another thing. So we have a situation where you're qualified and you apply for jobs and you don't get it. It doesn't mean that is the end of the world. You need to persevere. You need to find every means to survive. So I've taught in a couple of professional institutions in London. Those were private institutions, because I wasn't ready yet to work in the university. And I have a folder in my email that I call rejected. The reason I created that folder is because I applied for more than 100 jobs and I get the response as no. And I, at a point in time, felt very low. But then I told myself, well, I can still get a job. I will still get a job. I need to persevere. So I decided to keep those, emails of rejected applications all in one folder. So I have that folder with rejected applications. Um, and when that happens, from time to time, I just go and have a look at it and I look at the rejected, emails, and I laugh. Some of them are actual letters. I save them there. I laugh and say, well, these letters did not discourage me, but they rather encouraged me to persevere, to improve myself in my learning in order to be able to achieve what I want to achieve. Yeah, so it's not been easy. Working as an accountant, you need to build your client, base, and your personal relationship with them is very important. You need to associate yourself with different people with different backgrounds. You need to know how to speak with people, how to communicate with people. I have to say that most of my clients um, have been recommended by other clients to come to me, and that is basically because of my relationship with my clients. So that is one important thing. Clients are very important. You need to deal with them professionally and carefully, and they are the ones that will recommend. As a lecturer, it's an opportunity to meet with students, young ones, from different backgrounds, and the rich and the poor, the different colors and different um, abilities, and be able to help them. Um, Having been a student before, you know how and what students go through. Their mental health is even more important. So um, I'm very happy as a lecturer because I'm able to support the young ones to also achieve something in life.
Thank you, Elder Mr. Ntim. We have some comments here that I would like us to share together. Gertrude Opoku says, all right. Brother George Akon says, watching you live from Ghana in the Volta region. Nice program. God bless Richmond Media. Thank you, Brother George, for your time and love for Richmond Media. Brother George Usubequin says, thank you, Elder. God bless you. Thank you, my brother, supporting me all the time. He continues to say that examination in the UK looks funny to fail, but God has been good so far. Amen.
Yeah.
Thank you, yeah, for the comments. Elder, who has been your greatest inspiration and motivation in life, or a motivator? Sorry.
Um, I think I have a lot of motivators, but there's one man who comes from my hometown. He is a professor in the School of Administration. Now it's called the University of Ghana Business School. He was once the person in charge, but he started very low. He didn't go to sixth form. He finished O level and then started teaching as in Ghana they used to call it people's teacher.
Yeah.
So he was a people's teacher, and then whilst teaching, he decided to do his further studies, and then after that he went to write A level privately. Then he wrote them in singles, and he passed all of them over a period of time. And then from then he went to university, and then he did well at the university. And then after that, he was appointed as a teaching assistant. If you're a teaching assistant, it means that you help one of the lecturers and to gain experience. So after working as a teaching assistant, he was recommended to do his masters in the university, and then he did it. And then after his masters, he worked a little bit in the university as a junior lecturer, and then he was sponsored to go and do his PhD, which he did. And then since he returned, has worked so hard, and is now a professor, and he's doing very well. He's managing the school and pushing the school ahead. So he is my inspiration. If he started from that low and can become the head of a whole school and a professor, then anyone at all can do it. So he's one of my mentors.
Thank you so much, Elder. It's good to have a mentor in life, someone that you can, though we are all looking up to Christ, but when it comes to our practical aspect of it, you need to see that someone is moving on. Oh, this person, I think I want to be like this person. Then you ask the person or you get closer to the person. Like today, Elder is giving us his pathway. And if you have any concern or you want to get closer to Elder, then you will pass through Richmond Media and we will be able to connect to you. Elder doesn't even know that someone has recommended him to me long time ago. I didn't even know that he was an accountant until someone, a nurse, was talking to me saying that his accountant is very good. And then when he gave the name and then he said that he goes to church, I said, oh, really? I didn't know about that. So indeed, his customer service experience or the way that he is relating to or interpersonal experience that he's got, it's really selling him out without even himself knowing about it. Elder, the COVID-19 came, we all witnessed it. It's the only pandemic that some of us have witnessed it ever in life. Within your profession, how did it affect you? And how has it changed your normal life? Because maybe as a lecturer, for the accountancy one, you can still even work online or virtually. But as a lecturer, has it made any changes to your life at all, either good or bad, please?
Um, Thank you very much. I think everyone needs to be adaptable. Um, you need to change when things change, you see. And when COVID came and we had to stay at home, we still had to teach as lecturers and also continue to work. The challenges are that you are stuck at home doing two jobs and with kids, managing kids at home as well. But you need to also take care of yourself and especially your mental health. And so, therefore, there's the need to move away from work a little bit and have fun with family. And you need to exercise. So during the pandemic, we used to go out together with the kids on a park to run. So go and run in the morning, come back and bath, and then start working. That is how we were able to, maintain our composure and to improve on our mental health and our health as well. In terms of teaching, we were teaching virtually, and so therefore you need to be able to adapt to the new normal, which is teaching online. You need to be able to prepare yourself and be able to deliver that which you normally would have delivered face to face. And so the preparation that goes into that is a lot, but it's also assuring that the universities do have all the systems in place to support you to be able to deliver. So although we had to do some few trainings here and there, it was okay, and we were able to deliver, and then also run examination online as well. That was the first time that we had to teach and run examinations online, mark online, and if you remember, some universities were even doing graduations online as well. So everything was online. You have to be adaptable. Change. If you have to learn new things to be able to do your work, that is what you do. As an accountant, yes, most of my clients, I don't see them personally, and so it's all about communication and trying to meet their needs. And when you do that, you get more clients.
Thank you so much, Elder. And Mr. Emmanuel Ntim. Kwajo, I left in between, but our Elder has reminded me because I'm not used to that one. I will be missing it, but if I remember, I will just add it to make it full. Thank you, Elder. What has been your greatest challenge and joy for working in the UK as a chartered accountant and a lecturer, please?
So you can see from my accent that I haven't left my Ghanaian accent at all. I still talk like a Ghanaian, you see. And that is, as far as I'm concerned, one of the challenges that I've met working as a chartered accountant. You need to speak to a lot of people, and some of them will speak to you and say, yeah, we don't like that person. And then, even as a lecturer, sometimes you come to class and you meet students who say they don't understand you when you talk. And you need to not be disturbed by that. At least you understand English and you can speak and write English. That is the most important. So never be discouraged by anyone who underrate you or reject you on the basis of who you are. I mean, although the law is there to protect, everyone from being discriminated against, that discrimination is still on. Sometimes people say unconscious bias. They do that because they have prior knowledge of people of your race or your color, and therefore unconsciously reject you. But that has never discouraged me from pursuing other heights. And so therefore, I have worked with so many people of different backgrounds, and I've been okay. Although some reject you, that should never ever be the reason you get discouraged and stop what you want to do or achieve.
Thank you so much. For the accent, I don't see anything wrong. Why people? Because when the queen speaks, when she was live, she was speaking like us. So the real Queen's English is what we speak, not the one that they have created to silence the R and the L. No.
Yeah,
So
I
I
mean,
don't see why people should be bothered, especially when we speak is very clear. So if you don't understand this, what else would you prefer?
well, I mean, if you put yourself in their position, probably you understand them in a way. But that should not be the basis for somebody discriminating against you. Um, I have a friend who applied for a job and got rejected, and they were very bold to tell her that, oh, you have a very big accent, and
Really?
for where we want you to work, we don't want you to be, speaking in that accent. So unfortunately, we cannot take it. That was very disappointing, but it did happen. Probably if she knew her right at the time, she would have actually
That's
pressed
true.
charges against them. But people got away with a lot of things. Um, yeah, so that has been one of the challenges. But the other challenge is the fact that our background of education is a little bit different from the UK. Um, we didn't used to do coursework, independent work, to build your confidence, research, communication skills, etc. When we were in Ghana, it was all about learning and writing exams and passing or not. Now things are changing in Ghana. So you go to the universities and they have coursework, etc. And but when you come here, it's different. So by the time a student is done, they've got a lot of soft skills. Learning how to use some accounting tools like Sage or Microsoft Excel to prepare accounts. They learn it in school. Presentation skills in school, working as part of a team, is all built into the curriculum so that by the time you come out, you've learned those skills. And then many students are encouraged, and they do that during the vacation. Even sixth form, they do that, and the university they do that. So they work during the vacation, and when they're working during the vacation, they are also obtaining those skills. So as soon as they finish, they are able to get jobs, and when they get jobs, they are able to adapt easily. Unlike us, who came from Ghana, and our background is such that we didn't have all these soft skills, so we had to learn it and learn it the hard way in order to be able to penetrate.
Thank you, Elder. Brother George Queen says, that's it. Elder, we always speak in our Ghanaian accents, and the people must understand it clearly. Bless you. We
Yeah.
wish they will, but they will say they don't. What do we do?
Yeah.
We just have to find a way to survive in this world. Elder, how do you, as an accountant, a lecturer, a father, a husband, and above all, an elder, how do you manage yourself within your profession?
You need the support from home as well. The children and your wife must understand you in order to support you to do what you want to do. So um, when I get called late in the evening by my clients to speak to me about their financial or tax issues, they do understand. And where I have to attend meetings as an elder, sometimes to very late, and where I have to travel, they also understand. So you need to have that kind of relationship with the family to understand what you do and why you do that, and in order for them to support you. Time management is very important. Sometimes if you don't take care, you won't be able to achieve all that you want to do, because tomorrow I'm going to teach, but then I have a client who says, um, my accounts is due and I need to file it today or tomorrow, otherwise I get a penalty. And you need to manage your time. So there will be times when you have to work extra hours, and there are times when you have to say enough is enough. I want to go on a holiday. Sometimes you need to go on a holiday, to stay away from the stress and everything. So it's not been easy. Time management and getting your family to understand you in order to support you.
Thank you so much. Sister Christiana Sapon says, watching you live from Amsterdam. Thank you, all our viewers. Please don't forget to share the good news to people for others to join us. Maybe the ones that are not here are the ones to find their way through what we are experiencing today as an accountant and a lecturer. It's not easy to have these two professions together. So, elders' experience will help shape someone who is stuck up there, wants to call themselves into accounting or even to be a lecturer. It will give them a pathway that they can follow. Elder, someone is listening to us. They don't know the kind of courses or the programs that you read or you studied to get to this point. What is your advice if someone wants to be like you?
All right. Okay. So I'm lecturing as um, in the business school as an accounting and finance lecturer, and so that is part of what my profession is. But anybody at all can become a lecturer. All you need to do is to ensure that you consistently follow a course and then complete, and then you can. Some universities do require that you have to have your PhD, so which means even after your master's qualification, you still have to have your PhD. Um, and but if you are a professional like myself, who is a chartered accountant, you don't need to have a PhD in order to work in a university. In fact, these days, the universities are seeking for more lecturers. They are not even getting them. So there's a shortage of lecturers, and that is why the government is now recruiting from outside the country. So if you want to pursue accountancy qualification, you can do a degree in accountancy, and then after that, you can pursue a professional qualification in accountancy as well. The good thing is that most of the universities in the UK, when you do an accountancy qualification, those qualifications are recognized by the professional bodies like ACCA, CIMA, ICAEW, IFA, etc. They recognize those degrees, and therefore they give you exemptions for becoming a member of those professional bodies. And therefore, I mean, my advice is if you're pursuing a qualification accountancy or even in business, when you finish, do a professional qualification as well. There are a number of professional qualifications around. And when you qualify as a professional and you have had a little bit of an experience, you can easily get a job in the university. I mean, you can start as an associate lecturer, which means you're just a part-time lecturer being asked to teach one or two modules. And then when you perform well, then you can use that as a basis for applying for a full-time job. And I have a couple of people who are also working as accountants, and that is their full-time job. And they teach as associate lecturers, which means they only do part-time teaching in the university. But the most important thing is to follow a course and make sure that you complete and complete it properly.
Thank you, Elder. There is a question that we would like you to answer if that is possible. Brother George Usubekwen says, does that mean you can definitely get a job in the UK after masters, or what, please?
I mean, most of the students that we teach get jobs and even get better jobs than we do. Was it a few months ago? One of our students who completed came to the campus with, one of the Formula One cars because he's working with McLaren. If those of you who know Formula One, the companies that manufacture the cars. So we have McLaren, Mercedes, and Ferrari, and all this. He's working with McLaren in their finance department, and he has been given one of those cars, and he came to the campus to encourage the students that look, anyone can become what you want to be. Now I have this. So you can get a job even after the first degree. You don't even need to do your master's degree to get a job. But if you want to pursue a career in probably teaching, which is probably like a lecturer, then the minimum should be a master's qualification. And after the master's qualification, you can, pursue another qualification as a professional, or maybe do your PhD. But we have a number of people too who have just master's qualification and teaching in the university as well.
Thank you, Elder, for giving us this explanation. I hope Brother George Usubekwin has gotten the understanding of it. Brother, let me know if you are really with us. Sister Tai Muhammad says, good afternoon, watching you live from the Great Britain, UK. Thank you, Sister Tai, for your support all the time. That's my soulmate from work. Thank you, my dear. The final question comes. A Ghanaian practicing in the UK as a chartered accountant and a lecturer. What are some of you have mentioned some of the challenges to us already, and strategies for success? Because when definitely the challenge comes, you have to position yourself in such a way that you will overcome to get to where you want to be. What have been your strategies? Thank you.
You need to be open, and you need to build a team of friends and families and professionals around you. I have to say for sure that when I first started lecturing as an associate lecturer in the university, It was one of my friends who was a lecturer in the university that recommended me when they were looking for somebody to teach a particular module. And when he contacted me, I said, "Oh, no, no, I cannot teach in a university." And he said, "No, you can do that." And he encouraged me. And then I went. When I went for the interview on the same day, they gave me the nod and asked me when I want to start. And then I started less than a week's time. So, you need to be very open and get people around you. Don't kill yourself to say, well, I'm trying to do things myself. You need to um, have a group of people who share the same ideas, who will support you, um, that to contact, build yourself into session. It may not be the people you know only. You can even search online and look for people who you think have got some qualification. Write to them. There's something that I did. I used to go from. I used to search for jobs that were within my profession, and then I'll go knocking at the doors, and then I speak to somebody and said, "Ah, no, we don't need anybody. We don't even have a space for you to sit. So unfortunately, we cannot help you." But there are some places that you can go say, "Okay, yeah, you know what? I have this qualification. I haven't got that much experience, but I just want to learn. I don't even want money. Do you want to take me on? I will come and work voluntarily and also learn." So don't only be thinking about money from scratch. Sometimes you need to give up some of your time for voluntary work. Anything that is voluntary, just go for it. The more you do it, the more experience you become. And then when you apply for jobs, those will serve as the basis for your experience, and then you can get jobs. And then when people get to know you when you're doing your voluntary work, then they see the good in you, and then they might want to try you on. So it's good for you to be open and try different things. And then don't only stick to your area of profession. So you're an accountant, so you're looking for only accounting jobs. But accountancy goes with so many other things. Every profession, you need other things, IT skills, soft skills. I mean, nobody's saying you should learn Excel, but when you learn it, it helps you to do a lot of things that might not be necessarily accounting. Computer skills, you know, these help you build you as a person. And employers are looking for not only your knowledge in a particular area, but they're looking for your experience. Even um, working as a volunteer um, in a church, you are a church member, and there is a finance, department in the church, and you want to involve yourself in that experience. It's okay for you to be able to use it on your CV to get jobs. So you need to ensure that you don't only stick yourself to only one thing, but be open, embrace technology when it comes, and you will be all right.
Thank you, Elder. It is really a great time with you, and we do appreciate that the fact that you have, your time is not wasted, because this time that you have given us is going to, should I say, it's not just going to do some recruitment, but it's going to save a lot of lives. And that is the job that God has given each and everyone to do. And wherever you find yourself, I always say it's not only in the church building that we have to show our love to God, but by helping people on every platform with our own profession. That is what you have done today, and that's what you have given us. So, giving us your time today has given us life. Most of us now understand that, yes, if you are born in Techiman or you are born in Sechedumase, doesn't mean your life should only base in there, but you rather look at the potentials that you have to explore and to use them for the future Because when you get to where you want to be, it will not only help you, but it will help the generation to come and the people within your society, as well as the community that you live in. Because Elder Ntim is living within our community, we have been able to get him on this platform, and that is going to educate a lot of people by, or when they are calling themselves, they don't know what to do, they are stuck. Maybe they want to even change their profession, but they don't know what to do, where to start from. Today, Elder is telling us that yes, there is hope for the future. Even if you fail your exams, that shouldn't be the end of your life. Continue, be determined, persevere until you get to wherever you want to. He looked up to someone, that is someone from the University of Ghana Business School. And now he is within that same profession. He didn't even know that he could even stand in front of people to teach. But by the grace of God, with determination, he is a lecturer at the same time a chartered accountant. From Tachiman to Sunyani for A levels, to the University of Ghana 1997 to 1999, worked at the Ghana Port of Harbour Authority. May 2000, he made his way to the UK and then completed his accountancy course in 2003. Then to the South Bank University to complete his master's degree. Now a lecturer, a job that people, everyone yearn to be. An accountant, a job that not many of us understand the calculation. So, Elder, we are very proud of you, and I know many of us will use this medium to acknowledge you. Brother George Osubekin says, Seko City Tapa. Haha. Yes, I come from Seko City. That's where I was born. But by the grace of God, God has paved a way for us to be here talking to you. Someone is still there because that person wants to tell us that if you are born in the village or you are trained up in the village, that's where your life has to be. But be determined and persevere until you get to wherever we want to get to. Now, Elder is a lecturer. He will show us the way to where we want, because he said within every profession, you can become a lecturer. Today, Elder, we are very proud to have you and very happy to be on this platform, which is benefiting us as the presenters for this radio station or Richmond Media and our viewers as well. We have really enjoyed your conversation, and we know that in the future, when we extend our hands to you, you will come when the progression comes along. But before you go, I won't just let you go because there are so many people that are looking for accountants to work with. If someone wants to get in contact with you, how should the process be, please? Thank you.
Right. Okay. So, as an accountant, I do work for small, medium-sized companies, and deal with all their taxes for them as well. And then I also deal with company registration, individuals, self-assessment tax returns, and then I deal with charity accounts as well. So I prepare accounts for charities like churches and other charities. And so if you are a pastor or somebody who is in charge of a church and you need an accountant, especially when it comes to gift aid and gift aid claim, I do that as well. VAT and so many other things. Those of you who work in the construction industry scheme, I do also do their self-assessment tax return for them. If you want to contact me, my name is Emmanuel Ntim, but my company is Extime Management Services Limited, and this is in Orpington. I'll give you my business card. and a contact to share with viewers online. And if they contact me, I would speak to them direct, and then I can deal with any problem that they have with respect to their taxes. Now, my final word to the young ones who have come from Ghana and are struggling is that it's not going to be easy, but they'll sail through. And for those of them who were born here, I have to say congratulations to them, because they are lucky to have been educated here. And so they are able to go through the processes, the work experience. They have all the things that are required by employers, taught by the universities in the UK. And therefore, all they need to do is to be focused and work hard, and then look for jobs and plan their life very well, because it is that which will make you somebody in future.
Thank you so much, Elder. Sister Taif Muhammad say, thank you, sir, for sharing your life journey with us. The same time again next week, From the Beginning, is coming to your doorsteps. And please don't miss it. It's 4 o'clock till 5 o'clock. There is one more comment that I cannot skip it. Brother George Owusu-Bequin says, very inspirational, Elder. God bless you. I think it's God bless you that my brother was trying to type it. Elder, you have saved so many lives today, and you have employed many that you don't know. But in the future, that if someone is calling to testify, that person will be able to tell you that I heard you from Richmond Media, and I'm happy that you've been able to put your details out there, that people would be very happy to contact you whenever they need you. So until the same time again, From the Beginning, it is bye-bye for now. Thank you so much. God bless you, Elder, for your time and everything.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cristo voja, che scedo agimi. Se mi genici fosse, fosse venuta no sol, ma voja refrina con sino a. Fade Germania, minha mão, my comre, xixeu etchiquan, semitia siag mitimau, semi wumpami umau, cosi segu bepuewa. Hinimu Visawaye Biamame Merin to me now I say Ura Yesu Afe defa me fa me cry Service yourself with love Siamo bepuewa, menino Joe.